think we're all here actually now. Yeah, everyone's here. So, yeah, Mike, as you missed it last game, I decided just to do this now. This is my fate. As I said in the last game to everyone, doesn't mean everyone else has to do it. Just why not?
I don't have enough screens.
Okay, so everyone's here. If anyone would like to just recap where we all left off at the end of the last game.
So we got to the Dwarven Hall, surrounded by silent guards and looming golems. From a side chamber emerged Elder Varric Stormcloak and Balric Deepforge, who questioned the adventurers on the source of their strength. Answered varies, faith, luck, conviction, before the dwarves led them towards the chamber where Grint supposedly awaited. The door slammed shut, the floor gave way, and the group plummeted into a cylindrical pit wreathed in lava flows and fire-carved faces. Varric and Balric were furious at the betrayal, but before blame could be laid, the party was forced to fight for survival. First came two tentacled spectators, dropped into the arena. The adventurers clashed hard. Jasper's hypnotic pattern, Hezekiah's searing magic, Locke summoned water elemental, Twin's relentless arrows, and Romok's raging assault of javelins. The battle turned grim until Jasper's shatter spell finished one of the creatures. And from the shadows, a far greater threat appeared, a wyvern-like dragon. Scales tattered, but its fury immense. The beast unleashed flame and venom. Romok hurled what he thought was a banishment potion into its maw, but it failed to take hold. Standing before Jasper, he shielded his comrade as the dragon lashed out, and in the climactic moment, Jasper drove his rapier into its eye, the creature collapsing with a dying wail. His cry for answers to the unseen tormentors went unanswered. And when the echoes faded, the party realized that the entire ordeal seemed cloaked in illusion and manipulation. They found a staircase and returned to the Grand Hall, where at last they stood before Grint Hobart himself. Grint rewarded them for their deeds at Southwatch Tower, presenting a chest of platinum, 8,000 gold's worth. But with a price, he tasked them now to escort his sons to Rangamount. They carry more than words, he declared. They carry the weight of my will. Kind of where we left off.
Where is Rangamount?
Rangamount.
The northeast coast of Dragonsbane.
I'll throw up the map for you. Hang on.
Perfect.
I thought Rangamount is just directly south of the Whisper Cap. Yep, yeah, it's directly south of Whisper Caps. But he also said for Rangamount and Vale, right? Vale is, I don't know, is this a sub-district of Rangamount or something?
Large city, I reckon.
So where are we at
Or
the
maybe
moment?
Vale is a city. We're like here.
Oh, we're here. So it's actually southwest. Okay.
Mhm.
Completely the opposite direction of what I said.
Woody, are these smaller names, are they cities as opposed to regions?
They see.
Like, because Tarnafall is a city, right? Or it's a castle, at least.
All right. As you look at the map, you can see, when you look in closely, there does seem to be illustration of buildings there. So you would surmise it is some kind of town or city. And since none of the other ones that you may have heard of or run into, like Oscan, for instance, Dragonsbane, are not on there, perhaps it's a city of size.
All right, so that's good to know. So
I don't trust Harvest, though.
Yeah, so when he says that, for Vale and Rangamount, Vale might be the capital of Rangamount, or who knows what this Gusla place is. So probably we might surmise that we're flying into Vale itself, rather than just some random place in Rangamount.
I'm flying.
Oh, yes, okay, I guess you missed a bunch. Yes, we are flying on giant eagles come morning. Dawn.
No, griffins.
Oh, griffins.
Griffins,
right.
yes, because obviously Woody's not learned his lesson.
Oh no, not the griffins again. No.
Strong with
So
griffins.
everyone's
Sure.
okay with not okay with water, but they're okay with flying, right?
Yeah. There might be a little bit of trepidation on Romok's part going over big bodies of water, but we're working our trauma.
I guess one's
Yeah,
a
I feel
quick
like-
death,
Um,
right?
Well,
Following a few miles into a river versus onto rocks is, it's not going to make that big of a difference.
Keck does have a thing about large predatory flyers.
Oh yeah, he's a turtle, isn't he?
He got
Amazing.
attacked
We're
by
just a
one.
mismatch of phobias and worries and nerves. This is great.
I mean, it might be alright as long as
That's
he doesn't try and react and lunge at him. I mean, he might be like, "Oh, okay, yeah, sure."
But so
There's
just
no person
to
here.
so we're taking both of his sons,
Hmm.
That is what it sounds like.
and
But
how
don't worry,
old
as
are
the only
they?
person here,
Are they adults? They're
So
not like
you can see as he was talking to you, there were two other dwarves who were stood next to the throne beside him. They look younger than him, but they do look sort of very thick and ruddy, and they look like they hold power themselves. So you assume, yes, those were his sons. Everyone else seems to be shying away from walking around on the steps up to the throne. These two stood right up next to the throne with him, so almost certainly they're his sons.
you said about taking his will, or
Yes,
The
they carry
weight
the
of my
weight
will.
of
I
his
think
will.
it's more rather than his kind of last testament and will. It's more like his words, his message.
Right.
I believe
There's something
if
political
we've got the right end of
that
the
they're.
stick on that, Woody.
Say that again, sorry?
So it's not his last testament and will. It's more his words is spoken. He's got an important message. His
Yeah.
commands, right? It's not like his dying wishes.
No.
Cool.
These are his and needs and desires that he is sending with them. A message. That's all you've been told.
so they're like envoys almost, right?
Yes, they're doing something
we,
diplomatic and political, which
Do we
ideally
have
is
to-
not like
Bring them back as well.
not clear yet.
Okay, because obviously where we end, where we're going, won't change things.
See, the good thing about all this is that we are not going to get killed by the scary people whose names I've forgotten, because that was probably going to happen after that.
Didn't he agree
Dark-
to send
no.
some aid south as well?
Kaelin Dorn, yes. Not going to be killed by Kaelin Dorn of the Pale Blades.
Wait, they said they'd send some people to Greyhaven, or
This is where we stand at the moment. We have our goal to reach Greyhaven, but we've
Yeah.
just been paid handsomely to now escort Grint's sons. to
did you
Rangel.
take the money
It's
before
unfair.
accepting what we were doing? Like,
Now, the
It's
payment
kind of
which
in
you
a little bit of
received
limbo.
was
at the
not
moment. We haven't technically
payment-
accepted.
the payment you received was for taking care of Seraphine and Shape. The two.
oh, this is the 8,000 or whatever, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
In
I mean-
platinum. You have a collection of platinum now when it gets divvied up.
Are we able to talk about this in character, or are we away from them?
So, as the end of the last session, Grint Hallbar, Lord of Mountain, rose from his throne. Pretty sure we covered. Rise to his throne and leaves through the door next to the throne. His two sons follow him. The remaining group of dwarves will stand at the front of the steps, and they wait. They nod as he leaves, and turn to you and nod, and they start to leave as well. Barrack, being the last in the line, Bolric, sorry, he takes a few steps towards you and says, "Before you depart, come and see me in the Molten Hall. I have something I'd like to talk to you." And he nods and he follows the procession.
Now, last I heard, we were to leave at dawn, right? And today, though, it's like we just woke up, we got accosted by Kalen's group, and then this all happened. So it's not very late in the day, right? So we have to kind of kill a day without Kalen's people coming to get us.
But we'll stay inside, right? We're not going back out.
So you've got, it's the start of the day. It's early morning for you. They said to make your way to the roost by the end of the day. You can go there whenever you want, obviously.
Oh, end of the day. Okay.
And dog just came in. That's all you know at the moment.
Right. So, guys, do we want to do this escort mission?
Yes, 100% without a doubt.
Okay, that's one vote.
But our mission to Greyhaven, how far off the beaten track will this take us? There's great need
We
back
will
up.
end up about equally equidistant from Greyhaven should we arrive in Vale, maybe a little bit further. But here's the thing, we don't have a way out of here without a suicidal attack or de facto imprisonment. This gives us an alternative which is exceptional compared to our previous options.
Yeah, I agree. Obviously, getting out of here.
As you're all
dying.
saying this to each other, the guards walk forward and they start to direct you to leave the way you and they say, "Follow us now. It's time to go." And they turn you all around and they start once again getting into their formations of a few in the front and then the few behind, and they start to march you out down the long corridor, back out into the courtyard.
Can we stop? Can we just not?
But the courtyard was... See, when the guards first found us, right, we were just walking through the street. Then we got taken to the place with the zip line, and then the courtyard is downhill of the start of the zip line, right? So we're still, in a sense, in the safe area of the royal court in the courtyard. Is that right?
Yeah.
Okay, well, that's not that bad.
So, are you trying to stop then, Locke, as they're marching you forwards?
Well, I just want to have a wee conversation with one, you know.
So as you come to a stop, all the guards come to a stop as well, and they all start to turn their heads and look at what's happening. And the ones directly behind you step forward, and they put their hands out and they say, "Move on. Your audience is now finished. You're no longer welcome in these halls at this time."
Where are you taking us? Just out onto the street again?
You return to the town proper, and start to push you forward. And actually, they're starting to move you physically forwards and out.
Yeah, I guess.
Hezekiah would like to ask, would it be possible for us, we of course do not want to intrude upon the hospitality of the Lord, but would it be possible for us to spend some time in the courtyard itself rather than return to the town proper?
The guard looks at you and say, "This is the courtyard of the Lord. You may not stay."
When may we return back? By dusk, is that right?
You're to make your way to the roost by the end of the day.
And the roost, is it directly connected to here, or?
Roost is far to the north of the town. You keep going up past the residential level.
I
There is
see.
a site that you can follow there. It will lead you
Might be
to
a bit difficult for us to escort and do our mission if we're dead.
You are very safe within the town.
Yes,
Keep pushing you
of
out.
course. So we shall.
Boric said for us to meet him at the Molten Forge. Or was it Molten Forge, you said?
He told you to meet him in the Molten Hall.
Molten Hall, sorry.
Is that a tavern or?
You don't know. You've not heard of the Molten.
Oh, that's the guard. Where's the Molten Hall, mate?
Molten Hall. You'll find that. Bring up my own map. Hang on.
It's all of the time.
The Molten Halls are further beyond the trade level, the industrial level. Find it two levels down from the Lord's throne room.
Might there be a access to the Molten Hall from here rather than us returning to the town proper? That you could escort us through, as Warwick did ask for our audience there as well, and we wouldn't want to keep him waiting.
As you're saying this, you've now moved out into the courtyard itself. And it says, no, you'll be going up, and then you come down later. So
Something tells me we're
they lead
supposed to
you
go
off.
up.
They lead you off to a slightly different area of the courtyard. This is against the cliff face, essentially. So off to the side, and you can see there's lines. And you can see attached to the line there are these little loops, staggered up several places. You get there, and dwarves turn to you all in unison. You come to a stop, and dwarf steps forward, and you watch as the first four of the guards pull out the loop once again from their belt, loop it around their wrist, and you watch as they attach to this line, and then suddenly they go zipping up, and you see a counterweight come zooming down on the opposite side, just aside the rope. The rope comes to a stop. The next dwarf goes up and up and up, and this continues until those dwarfs have gone. The dwarves behind you then step forward and they say, "Your arms." You see as they pulled out a loop. Do you hold out your arms?
Yeah. Yeah. Guess we
Yes.
comply.
Okay.
Which of it-
So they loop this around your wrist once again, this leather strap, and they usher you forward to the rope. Who's going to be first to go on?
Yeah.
That's pretty agreeable.
Might as well.
So Locke, you step forward, and seeing what the dwarves previously had done, you latch your loop onto the other loops on the rope, and nothing happens for a moment. You look around for a second, just check what's going on, see if you've done something wrong. And as you're going to look, suddenly you feel the tug, and you're yanked up incredibly fast. There's the wind zipping past, whipping past your ears, and the noise as the rope is just ripping up through levels. You watch as the counterweight zooms past you, and you find yourself suddenly coming to a stop on this little ledge, which is right next to market level that you were on previously.
Cool.
The other dwarves, guard dwarves, are there. They usher you forward, take the loop off your wrist, and step back. And the rest of your party start to follow behind you, and eventually everyone is back up on the market level once again. The guards collect all of your loops, and they step back, move back into formation, and they say, "Your time is now your own. Do with it as you will."
Oh, sir, if I might make a request. When my comrade previously showed concern for our lives, mentioning that we might be killed, what we do mean is that while we are fairly formidable individuals, there are other highly formidable individuals here who mean us harm. And as long as we stay in the city until dusk, there is chance that they will choose to come after us, and this might cause great disruption, death and destruction in the city. Would it? Nonetheless, we have seen that they defer to your presence, as it was with when you found us. It was with them. Would it be possible to have perhaps a small detachment? With only a couple of you, because they clearly respect the Lord's power and his authority in the city.
The dwarf looks up at you and leans forward. Cast your eyes around. What's that you see in the distance there? And he points to the far wall at the very far end of the mountainside. You can see there's that cut-in alcove which seems to run across the length of the side. You see various areas where the rock is brought into the city, and these little alcoves. You see guards everywhere within it. We are already here. You're quite safe in the city. If anything should run afoul here, it will be dealt with. All of you will be dealt with. Do not bring trouble here, or you will suffer. What happens outside of these walls, outside of this mountain, is your own business. But within the walls, everyone will be kept safe.
Okay, for your collective vigilance.
He steps back, and you see the guard just go, yeah, and the guards all suddenly come to sudden attention. There's that clink of metals, all as everyone suddenly stands to attention, and they begin to march off down the street. You are left now back in the market street. You see people walking around, people going into shops, looking at stalls, doing everything that they normally would have been. It's a normal day in the streets of Herdovus.
I mean, we were aiming to come in this general part anyway. As we're here, I might as well see about those platinum rings. Unless anyone's got issue with a quick pit stop as we go through.
Well, I mean, we were halfway talking about whether we're doing this quest, right? And I know we probably want to, but perhaps there's a way we could like negotiate to, drop them off, do the bit, and then take the griffins to where we need to go. Will they fly back on their own?
I think there might be some room to negotiate such after we have arrived in Ragamont, but for now, the people with whom we would negotiate have bid us adieu, and it does not seem like we are wanted back there right now.
No.
Oh, having a little hope that upon arriving in Ragamont, we can negotiate is, I think, what we have left.
Well, I think we should stick together for the rest of the day, right?
Without a doubt, we are. This is a strange situation for us, but we are borderline the prey animals who must stick together like a herd, lest we be pulled off. We know how quick they are. They could be on the roofs watching us right now. Okay, good time to, I guess, look around and see if they are on the roofs watching us right now.
Give me a perception.
Alright, this is just an 11 for me.
You look around.
Sure.
From what you can tell, you can't spot anyone looking like they're searching for you, looking for you, hiding away. All seems.
Nonetheless, what the guards pointed out to us, it is interesting, isn't it, that without a doubt, we could take an equal number of these guards, and they could take us. They are not afraid of these guards for who they are in and of themselves. They are afraid of, or at least they are willing to respect, as far as we have seen, the establishment of the city. Whatever we do, we should move in such a manner that there is a substantial guard presence in our vicinity. We have been told they are everywhere, quote unquote, guys doing air quotes. But that is not likely to be the case. We should try to maintain as visible to the guards of a position as possible the whole rest of the day. But yes, in general, let us go do some shopping now. Platinum, was it? Or no, not platinum. What am I talking about? The rings. Am I mixing up the platinum of the money we got with platinum rings, or was it platinum rings?
Platinum rings.
You got a
Huh.
a chest of platinum coin.
Right. Okay, well, this chest right here, I mean, it's weird to do this in the middle of the street. I feel like divvying up a chest of platinum in the middle of the street is exceptionally suspicious, but yes, let's handle that in a second.
Advised.
Yeah.
We're under close watch, and we don't want to draw even more attention to ourselves.
Right. Probably should have done that before the zipline business. But yes, we already knew who we were going to jewelry-wise, like a jeweler before we got accosted, right? So let us just continue to that jeweler and handle our affairs. Well, I mean, there's got to be good guards around a jeweler, right? I mean, they do the highest value stuff, so should be fine. Everything will be fine, I'm sure.
Might be wise to stock up on a few other things as well as we go, considering.
Yes, with our new windfall. Mhm.
Don't know how long.
Maybe a parachute, right?
Yes, the parachute. Okay, would they have actually? Because obviously in real life, like no one invented parachutes before planes, right? But like, I guess a giant balloon. But in this universe, would parachutes have been invented?
Coat cape. The coat parachute.
You don't know the answer to that.
Yeah. I guess airships are pretty new to Greyhaven.
None of you would have ever seen anything resembling a parachute.
Right. No free parachutes on the Greyhaven Express. Okay, so let us go to the jewelers.
I guess Featherfall exists, right? So
Yes, but I mean, not everyone knows magic, so not everyone has that spell. So
no,
the principle, though, they understand the principle. Okay, so let's go to the jewelers. At the jewelers would be a fine enough place, I think, to actually do the divvying out of the platinum, and we'll proceed from there. So, who knows the way to the jewelers?
So you look around, and you can see that there are signs above many of the shops. Looking around, let me just check one thing. Okay. Up here, what you see is, looking around, it looks like the stalls seem to be selling things like crystal decoration, stonework art, pottery, which seems to also be crystal infused. Seems to be different kinds of crystals being sold. There's food being sold. But you don't really see any jewelers standing out.
Probably keep moving in a direction until we see a jeweler's. That's how I would navigate a street with many shops where I don't see the shop.
there's different regions, right? To is there? So it'd probably be in like the mining region.
I would have thought it'd be just where the crystal stuff is. So.
Well, it could be around where like the weapons are being forged as well, because obviously you need to work with metal. There could be a variety of places, but yeah, I'd be more towards the mining and forging.
Why don't we just ask someone?
Yeah.
Just grab someone, the next person who walks past. Excuse me.
And this sort of middle-aged looking dwarf suddenly turns on his heel to you. Yeah.
You know this place pretty well?
Yeah, it's my home.
Okay, well, my friend here has a question for you. Will you be so kind to answer it?
Yeah, go for it. What's it?
I'm looking to acquire some platinum rings. would you happen to know where we may find someone who trades those?
Yeah, you want to go down to the trading levels. Go down beyond residential, beyond the barracks, obviously the Lord's level, and then you'll find trade.
That's one level down or 2 levels down, was that?
No, you want to go down 1, 2, 3, 4 levels. If you go in that direction, you'll find some stair leading down, or if you've got the correct equipment, you can zip down.
I don't think any of us kept any of the equipment, so just going, if it's 4 levels down, we're going back. That's going to be where the Molten Hall is, wasn't it? Well, do you
Molten Hall?
have the Molten Hall's on that? Yep.
Molten Hall, level below.
This is all working out rather splendid. Thank you, sir. Sorry, I didn't quite catch your name.
Name is Herger.
Turga.
Herger. Yeah.
Oh, Herga. Well,
Yeah.
blessings of Karapon.
I run errands for the shop down here. If you're looking for any pottery, we got some nice ranging for pottery, crystal infused, of course. Sort you out nice for your homestead.
Ooh. Could always post some back to Car.
Post them.
Hosting pottery sounds like the worst.
If you follow me, please, I'll take you right to the store. You can come and buy as much as you want. Take it home with you. Come with me, that's fine. And he
Kind of-
starts to walk.
Peck's like, ooh. Then kind of looks at the others going, oh, we don't have time for this, do we?
Just shaking my head.
Olga, thank you, but no, we're in a bit of a hurry. I'll definitely be back though.
Oh, okay. It's fine. Well, keep your eye out. You need pottery, come find us.
We will definitely do that if we need pottery.
I'll just hand him a gold piece and say, blessing of Car upon you, and thank you for your help.
He looks at it. Bit disappointed. You can see that he is decked out in all of this sort of jewelry and stuff. As a lot of the residents here are, they've got all this kind of weird jewelry on and that. And he doesn't seem that fussed by it. And he
I'll just
I'll
pass him a
take it
stone
back
on the floor,
then.
basically. What was that? You handed it back?
I think, like tipping in Japan, it just comes across as an insult.
he looks you up and down. He goes, "You might want to keep that for yourself."
How generous. Thank you. Well, good day. So I was scurrying off to find our way to this.
Well, you got your answer. Maybe we just head straight there. Wait, we could have found out where this other bit we're going to be going to as well, right?
Which
Molten Fort.
Molten Hall was level below. We just found that out. That's one level below the trade where we need to go for my.
Oh, well, it's on the way then, right? So we'll do that.
Yeah.
Do we want to pick up the cart and stuff from the... I mean, we don't need them, but I just bought a nice goat.
That was a questionable purchase, but I understand your feelings.
It was
Although
my-
I do feel like the platform.
It was my midlife crisis, right?
But
I feel like you were too young for a midlife crisis, Lachlan. You're a dwarf.
What do you mean I'm too young?
You're like a sixth of the way through your life, tops.
I'm 84!
Okay, like a third.
Well, at this rate, I don't expect to live next year with what's going on, so...
Yes, I'm only a fifth of the way through my life, and I'm not too confident on getting 2/5 of the way through right now.
I mean, I don't think we can get the cart or the goat anyway, as we're not leaving the town, the city. We're just going to a lower level, and we had everything them taken off us when we came in the first place.
As you look around, you can see there's other people who are moving around with goats. So it's not unheard of that there's goats around.
goats are fine, but we can't bring the cart into the town and bring it down to the lower levels.
You can't see anyone with carts.
Well, here's the thing, right? They're chocos, right? So we could just unhook the chocos and ride them down. Leave the cart, even though I was trying to do some runes on it and stuff.
Yes, it basically makes sense. We don't have like one chocobo per person, though, right? We have 2 chocobos who are pulling our cart, so it's fine. Some people can ride them.
Well, we've got some small people.
Yeah, that's right.
Well, here's the thing, right? So I've been working on this rune so that we don't get scryed upon.
Oh,
How will that work with the griffins and stuff? Will I have to brand them?
oh, this is a good point. Now, your rune, it is meant to go onto wood or metal or stone, is that correct?
Well, I think it's just a permanent thing. Perhaps, we could tattoo it onto ourselves, but it might take some time.
I mean, what I was thinking is that, let's say they have a metal collar, or we have a metal collar. I mean, does it need to go on the flesh? Because you were previously thinking of putting it on the cart. It just needs to be a certain geometric shape, isn't it? And
Well, I just thought it'd be something that encompasses us all, I think, is the main thing.
Right.
I certainly wouldn't be opposed to a bit of ink if that's where we're going with this.
It will take a lot of time.
The other point is, though, that were someone to scry on us riding griffins, well, they would certainly find out that we are far cooler than they previously thought we were. I mean, riding griffins is pretty badass, but what could they really tell? I mean, we're up in the sky, they don't know where we're going or anything like that, you know?
I mean, yeah, but I mean, the griffins, it's not a permanent solution anyway. The idea was, we'd had the cart for a long time, so it would be with us for a long time. But,
Right.
yeah, anyway, why don't we go get the chocos and the goat, and we'll ride down and do our shopping, get ready, speak to Bolric, and see what he wants, and go from there, right?
Much as Lachlan is fond of the goat, I am fond of I think it was the orangish chocobo, who was the one where, when Ard left, was the one who sympathized with me based on that very high animal handling role, that they understood my suffering. So I'd like to see her.
Okay, so you're all going to make your way up to the entrance layer.
Is that far? Like, would you say it's worth the time to go
all
up
the way
to get down?
all the way to the top? So at the moment you are on the market level, but that is right near the top as well, to be honest. So as you are aware from your journey in here so far, you have the entrance, and then there's like that security and stable area, and then it goes down into the marketplace where you are now. You then have below that residential, the army training barracks, the lord, then there's your trade and industry. That's what you've found out so far.
So
you're right near the top. So
Keck kind of having a moment of thought. Would it be wise to avoid the exits to this place? I mean, that Dwarf Guard did say if anything happens outside their walls is not their problem.
Yeah, we're not leaving though, are we?
But we are closer to an exit where we could get either dragged out or
That's a good point.
persuaded out. And if our chocobos and goats are there, what would be the first place they would have camped?
Yeah, they'll probably be watching it as well. You're right. I'm sorry, Onyx. I hope you find a good home.
I'm sorry too, orangish chocobo.
I'm sure.
You never know.
I'm sure Gundram and Oberyn will look after them while we're gone, and hopefully once the what was the name? Pale Shadows. What were the assassins called again?
Paleblade.
Paleblades.
Yeah.
I'm sure once they learn of our departure, they'll track us down. So if we do have the opportunity to come back on the Griffins, we may be able to get back and get them safely and leave. Probably the better outcome for all.
Well, we might not come back here, so we'll just
We
leave
might
them.
have to, yeah, we
We
might
can-
have to eat a certain loss here. We should stay on the lower levels.
We can
conduct our
buy
business.
another one.
There are other sympathetic chocobos out there who will form emotional bonds with us. Also, more goats, I guess.
I just wanted a goat, really. It's alright. Just let's go down. Let's buy. What are these platinum rings for again?
The spell which Brother Keck told us about, which we all remember the name of, but none of us can say out loud.
it will help me to lessen the burden, shall we say, for someone if trouble arises. So ideally, I'd like to get each of you to have one to make things a bit easier.
What do you mean? Put it in arcane terms for someone that understands these things.
So, say for example, Jasper gets struck. He will only feel part of the hit, and I will get the rest.
You're absorbing it.
Sharing? Car allows me to lessen the burden.
It's a very virtuous goal, but I feel that sharing without negation has its limits in its usefulness. I, for example, have the ability to absorb a tremendous amount of damage because each form of mine can bear its own burden. And so, while I think this has a lot of value for others, I think I might defer, unless it turns out to be incredibly cheap or something like that, the benefits of this ring.
Would you rather not safe than sorry?
Okay, just out of character, each of my transformations has like a full hit point bank, right? And
Yep.
that's a lot of hit points.
You never know. Would he might suddenly stop letting you wild shape, and that'll be you just as
Yeah.
walking around with magic.
Well, maybe I can summon 104 hit points alliance in that case. We'll see what happens then.
He's got ways around everything, hasn't
Remember those flaming skulls? They're fire resistant and like fire immune, right? And that I got two tricks: fire and animals, right? So,
But yes, Lachlan, to answer your question, that is the reason for the rings. They act as a conduit to pass this damage between.
Right. Well, let's go get him then. Anything else that people think we need?
given our windfall, we might wish to purchase some menial items which might save our lives, such as potions.
Yeah, probably gonna kind of be a case of we could be gone a long time. We don't know.
Did we
Yeah.
ever get those diamonds stuff?
Which was the diamond stuff?
A diamond or many?
Oh yes, we have received. Yes, we've received many 300 gold pieces worth of diamonds. Like I think between Keck and I,
I've got 2 because I used 1 to raise Gundrum back.
right?
Oh, yeah, that's where all our money went, was it?
No, we got rewarded.
Um,
Those 2.
no, I know. I meant
Oh.
before the reward.
I have only one, but that's still pretty good. Yeah, so we got 3 resurrections, or I mean revivifies between us.
Raise
Ah.
that as well.
Has it been a different day, by the way?
You
No,
slept.
this is
You slept before you met the Pale Blades. Before you went down to meet.
Okay. So I don't think it's scryed in the morning and stuff. Can I use my Triadic Navigator?
Mm-hmm. What are you trying to use it for?
Well, it says I can use it for directions for something. I guess it will point in the direction of something, right? Can I look for the character, the leader of the Pale Blades? Just maybe a direction would be cool. Did I get their name? I don't think I wrote it down.
What was the description on the item? Did we have that?
All I've got written down is compass once per day, and it can do one of three things: directions for something, detect magical energy, or a doorway detector.
So
That's all I've got.
as you then, are you asking it verbally, or are you trying to think to it? How are you approaching this?
Yeah, however it works. Verbally thinking. Yeah, just directions to person. What was their name?
Yeah.
Someone help me out, please.
Kaelin Bourne, was it? Kaelin?
Oh.
Sorry.
Kaelin Ford is the guy who's trying to come and kill us. Are we talking about the lady who is
Yes,
the jailer
Kaelin.
person who is not fond of us? No, her name is not Kaelin. First of all, Kaelin is the male guy, right? Who is part of the
Yeah, that's who
Vale
I'm
Blade.
after. That's who I'm after.
Oh,
Well,
you're looking
he's the
for
Pale
Kaelin.
Fawn guy. You were saying about the Pale Fawns. He's the leader of the Pale Fawns that's come to.
Yeah, that's
Yes.
what I'm after. It's just like if they were like in front of us, then I'd know, sort of thing. That's
right.
all I'm doing.
Yeah, so it'd be the Kaelin Fawn that you're after. Then
Yeah.
see if you can find him.
Yeah.
So as you say that to the compass, it spins round and it points in a direction towards down the street which you're on at the moment.
Okay.
Right. Okay, I thought you were talking about literal Crustfall when you said the woman.
No, should be miles away. There's no point doing that.
Yeah.
Okay, well that's not good to know, but yeah.
You guys remember this session, by the way? The one where, we were in that vampire town and we found the 3-piece skin suit? Man, Woody has put us through some trauma over these years. Okay, so they are right behind us. Or ahead of us.
In front
Couldn't
of
quite
us.
tell.
So
And-
just all around us, obviously, there's zip lines everywhere, isn't there? Pretty much from descriptions you've said before, Woody.
Yep.
There's lines that go between the different levels and different layers and things like that. In this
Yep.
market stand, is there anyone selling the relevant equipment to use those zip lines?
Okay, give me a perception check. Or an investigation, whichever you want.
I'll do perception, that's a better one. Oh, God.
You look around and you can see there's stores which are selling some sort of clothes. You see other ones selling knickknacks. You do spot something that looks like loops of leather on one of the stalls. So these are the stalls set in the middle of the street itself.
So, I mean, with Lachlan doing his compass, would we have seen you do the compass stuff? That's what you hide away, is it?
I guess you would have seen it a bit if you were paying attention, but I'm not exactly like screaming, shouting.
Yeah, it's kind of like obviously we're talking, trying to discuss where to go, and kind of spotting you getting the compass out and seeing something down the street.
What?
Kind of like
What's your passive perception?
my passive 18.
Good chance
It's
of
also
mine.
18. We can make eye contact, and I'll look very scared.
Yeah,
And not
kind
let anyone else know.
kind of deducing like, there's trouble down that way then, sort of thing. Kind of going, Lachlan, do those look like the kind of loops that the dwarves use on the zip lines?
Do they?
So you look down, and from here they look kind of similar.
Yeah. I mean, maybe they're a more civilian version of it.
Maybe it could be faster and safer if we don't go up down the street and maybe use a zip line. I mean, we've
I feel like
seen the dwarves doing it over and over again, going from floor to floor. Maybe.
Yeah, I mean,
we
as
might
long
as
as
well do
they're
it.
not at the bottom, but speed is probably our friend right now. So
Right. And here's the important thing: we should never be out of the sight of the guards. I have no doubt that they have been following us, and we're not simply waiting here the entire time. We're not going to lose them. We can only hope that they dare not come for us. But yeah, let's stick to zipline. Should be fun. Entertainment in these troubled times.
Okay, I head over to a stall then and have a closer look if they are actually the right kind of loops.
Okay, so you get to the stall. You can see a sort of a more elderly dwarven woman is stood behind it. Just hanging up on the sides of these sort of wooden poles just to the side, there are just loops and loops and loops of these leather bands, which now you're up close. You can see they are the kind that you would use before. There's several of them just all.
Excuse me, madam, how much for the loops? Probably about 6. Yeah, 6 loops.
So she looks across and goes, "Oh yes, give me those, no problem. They're about 5 gold apiece. Just 6 of them you want? Here you go." And she starts to take them down, and you see she's like squinting. She's got one weird little sort of
yeah,
milky eye.
these are going to be
Very
shoddy made, aren't they?
She takes them down. 6 loops. That's 5 apiece.
30 gold. Yes, he can hand over 30 gold to her and take the loops in the other hand.
And she takes the gold from you, and she gives you a little bag. Does it? You can see that all these. She seems to be wearing these very massive decorative pyrite earrings, so these very cubic, metallic sort of looking earrings. Look very heavy, and they come down almost to her chest. And then she leans forward to nod you to say thanks. You see her big earlobes, which have been pulled down from the weight of these over the years, just swings, and they all just swing. Thank you, thank you. We can interest you in anything else at all? Got all sorts here. She just gestures, and you can see it is largely just sort of knick-knack type stuff. It's nothing particularly useful looking.
Nothing catches the eyes, no particular symbols or engravings or anything that might.
Not really. It looks like there's lots of sort of hand-carved stone masonry type trinkets, almost like decorative things that you might have around your home.
Okay. No, thank you, madam. Blessings of Kara upon you. And it's kind of turn around to the guys and goes, these might do the job once or twice. I'm not too sure, but start handing them out. And then look for the nearest zip line, I suppose. There should be a few nearby, I imagine.
So you make your way to the edge, which sort of overlooks a very short wall that sort of borders on, to stop you from just immediately tumbling off. And every now and again, there's this gap in the wall, and you can see there's a zip line just heading down. And this is sort of spotted out along the wall in different places. You see there's zip lines going to the complete opposite side, We have obviously there's in this it's almost like a valley. You've got half of the town is on one side of the wall, one half the other town is on the other side of this wall inside the mound. So there's some which are going just straight across to those. There's some which are going pretty much down to a different part, which is sticking out on the lower levels. But you look around and you try and which level are you trying to aim for?
I suppose the lowest we can the trade one,
Well,
ideally, which
yeah.
is what, 2 below us, is it?
So
2 below us, then 1 more is the whole of.
you're on the market level. 2 below you would bring you to. You passed it before. You never went there, but you saw it was the army training barracks area.
Oh, it's past the
So-
barracks. There's 1 more below that.
Below that is the Lord's level, and then below that is your trade.
Oh, bloody hell, we're even lower. We're even higher, even, should I say. Yeah, we want to try and get to the trade then, so we want to go to 1 below the lowest level.
So you take a moment just to walking alongside the wall, just trying to gauge where it might be, and you eventually find one which looks like it's heading down there. So who'd like to go first?
Probably with Keck leading the charge on this, he's kind of just going to be trailing along, got these loops for everyone, go. Just kind of looks at everyone, just got without really thinking, just puts a loop over, puts his wrist through, just oof. He's kind of got his in his head where he wants to go, and that's it. He's just off. Completely like lapse of judgment, what might be happening.
Okay.
Godspeed, Brother Keck.
Yeah, I'll jump on after him, maybe 10 seconds after.
You watch as Keck loops on and just steps off, and he just disappears from sight.
You
That's
probably catch
comfortable.
one thing as he steps off, kind of the look of realization what he's just done, and goes, ah! Just a little squeal and it kind of fades off into the distance.
He's just gone. He disappears down. You watch him just traveling down. Locke, do you immediately just follow after him?
Yeah, maybe about 10 seconds after, I'll go down.
Okay.
Yeah, once we see him land and not splatter, we'll all go.
So, you do see, if you wait until seconds, you will see him get to the bottom of the zip line, and you see him sort of almost flick off the end of it and land on his feet. So you all
Not
start
with great
to.
grace, though. He'd probably have a little.
Okay, sure. You watch as he it looks like he flicks off and almost comes to rest on his feet, but he seems to lose his step and he starts to stumble a bit, and he actually careens forward and goes straight into a passerby who is half knocked.
That's why he was what? Sorry.
You almost knock over someone who is passing by. Who's a more elderly dwarven couple who seem to be carrying a few sort of crates of
Okay.
materials under their arms.
I thought he said a half orc of it. It's like, oh crap.
Not a half orc.
It's like turn around waving avidly to everyone. I'm okay.
So you all make your way down, and you find yourselves now on the trade level. You can see you have actually been here once before. There are rows of furnaces and shop fronts which are selling signposted blacksmiths. You got their arms and weapons on the signs, shields on the signs. You can see there is also some which look like they've got like a diamond shape on the signage as well. she would take as jewelers.
So Keck will, with everyone down, probably start heading towards one of the jewelers. I don't know if the others want to do anything else while we're on this.
We've got to follow you. We're not splitting up. It'd be crazy to split up.
I'm just saying, like, as we're going to a jeweler's, one of you might want to go, oh, actually, I just need to check if they got this weapon, or, you know, if anyone wants to check anything while we're here on the way.
Get after.
Yep, let's just go to the jewelers and
Yeah.
try to get through this day as quickly as possible.
Into the jewelers.
Okay, you get in, and you can see that there is a well presented dwarf lady there. You see her rings are completely decked out with her fingers are decked out with so many rings, which is just glittering and clinking as she's moving, and she's got these long earrings on, which is just like these tiny little ringlets just heading down. She looks at you and, welcome to the store, my dearest. What can I do for you?
Hello. I'm looking to purchase 6 platinum rings. Would you happen to stock those?
The rings, of course, we've got those. And she sachets across the store a little bit, and she directs your attention down to a small display area where there's all kinds of rings there, and you can see there's platinum rings there. 6 you say you wanted? Well, that's going to run me very low in stock. Oh dear. Okay, well, let's have a look. And she says, how does this design suit you? And she holds it. She's got this small little cushion where she places one of the rings on top and just presents it to you. This is one of our finer pieces. One ring here comes fully designed with this intricate woven design here, as you'll see. And you can see there's these small little carved, chiseled in and refined areas in this nice little design around it. This here piece will run for 50 gold.
That's 50 gold.
It's 50 gold, yeah.
Well, that's one of your finer pieces. What's your less finer pieces valued at?
I can assure you that all of our work is of a high level, and all of it is a fine wear. But if this one does not suit you, perhaps I can interest you in this one. It's a slightly thinner ring. It looks like it's still got details carved into it. She holds it to you. 45 gold.
Hang on, hang on, let me check quickly, because I just find the thing quickly, because I'm pretty sure I need. Bloody hell! Sorry, lost the thing. I think they need to be a value of 50 gold, but obviously I need to. Being a store, she's selling these for way too cheap if that's the case. I mean, can we tell these are genuinely of that value, or do we need?
Yeah, how does that work? Surely value is not determined by
a platinum ring of value at least 50 gold pieces.
Does that mean you have to buy it for 50 gold, or it's quality?
Yeah, that's kind of what I'm wondering.
Surely, wherever you go, the value's going to change anyway, right?
D&D has no conception of market prices whatsoever. It's a static fixed price universe.
That's what I'm saying. She's offered me that nice detailed one for 50 gold. Then for 5 gold cheaper, I'm getting a smaller platinum ring for it. So is that one not of an equivalent 50 gold value, and she's selling it for a higher markup to get 45, and the other one is a 50 gold value, and she's just selling it for the right value?
See, if anything, this is the place where platinum rings would be the cheapest, given a objective quality of the object, right? You would think you could get 50 golds worth for like 30 here in the mining dwarf town, but nope, 50 gold it is.
I was kind of wondering, can we kind of discern any kind of truth to the price?
I think you just asked to pay more for it, you know?
You can roll an
Lachlan, do an
insight.
Arcana check. Do an Arcana check, Lachlan. How does the pricing work for magic
I
items?
don't know. I'll ask God. Romok, ask your God.
I haven't got to. What do you say? What are you gonna do?
You can roll insight if you want
Romak and his god
you
aren't
made it
on
up.
the best
Insight.
of terms right now.
to. Mhm.
16.
For her particular shop, these look very nice. They look like they are worth a value of 50, but they may not be the best in the area. Like there may be better rings in other places. She looks like she is presenting you with very nice rings, but not as nice as, for instance, the ones on her fingers.
Is this a bit like the hairdresser conundrum? Like, the person with a good haircut isn't necessarily the best hairdresser. He goes to someone else to have his haircut, so she
Are
gets the
these
rings from
prices
somewhere
set
else.
by? Are the prices for spells set by like God, or are they set by the king? Which matters?
Just pay 50 for 6 rings.
No,
No,
I
300.
personally should not be getting one of them. It would be really wasted on me because Keck does not have that much hit points that he needs to absorb like 2 transformations worth for me.
No,
on my
but I've got
behalf.
lots of on-touch spells that I can heal myself back up to take that damage without having to run into danger to heal you up.
I also have the Wildfire Spirit, which, if it's out, does an extra 1d8 on all my fire-based damage and healing spells. So, like, I feel like I can take care of myself.
Yes, that's you. There's also 4 other people that don't have that.
Right, exactly. So just get like 5 rings, not 6 is what I was saying, not get 0.
We'll just get the 6 to be safe.
Yeah, just get
It's
the
happening.
6th. I mean, the platinum
Maybe not.
equivalent in gold is insane.
I will pawn this ring as soon as I can.
Chuck it in a river
Yeah,
like I did
so-
my earring.
No, not chuck it in a river. I'm going to get 50 gold back for it. If anything, we can export high-quality dwarven items to the peasants of Rangamont. Brilliant.
So kind of seeing the rings then, I'll get the 6 at the 50 gold as she was offering. But at the same time, I'll say just kind of put my hand into my pocket and pull out the 10 gold band inlaid topaz gem rings and just kind of put them on the side and go, what would you make of these? Where would you value these in the range of? I've kind of just come into possession of them, and I was wondering if maybe this could
Okay.
work off some of the costs.
So you watch as she goes, "Ooh, very interesting," and she pulls from a around her neck beaded chain. She pulls it out, and this little magnifying glass piece that pops out. She takes through and goes, yes, so yeah, not made here, I see. The quality is not quite as we would hope. Valuation, give you topaz inlaid. It has arcane properties as well. 20 gold, maybe? No, 10 gold.
You said 20.
Yes, then I had a
Maybe.
closer look. And she just drops the magnifying glass. 10.
Maybe we could meet somewhere in the middle with 15 if I'm getting these lovely 6 platinum rings from yourself, and we could just do a straight the 10 rings and 150 gold.
Jasper, do persuasion.
Yeah, you can certainly roll a persuasion.
Yeah.
Okay, so she takes it and she goes, "Oh my dear, I'm sorry, but as I say, it's clearly not made here. The workmanship is not at the level we would hope. The best I could do is melt it down and have the stone removed and repurposed. It's no good for me. No, I will give you 10 gold apiece. That's the best I'll do."
You can't blame a total for trying. Okay.
Many
well,
people have tried it.
I'll hand her over the 200 gold and the rings then for the 6 platinum. That's right, if I'm the maths right.
So how many rings are you giving her?
Giving her all 10 of the gold and
Yeah.
topaz because they have no purpose to us. I was thinking about holding on to them, maybe sell them elsewhere, but we're probably not going to get much more anyway for them.
Yeah.
And yeah, gonna hand the 200 gold, which is 20 platinum.
Yeah.
That should bring us to 300, which is.
And she just checks it through in her hands. You can hear it just clicking across her rings as she's moving it across her hand. Yes, yes. And the rings, thank you. Yes, all the same. Okay, the deal is done. Here, your rings. And she starts to put them into little boxes and passes them out to you.
Thank you very much for your patronage.
Thank you. And if there's anything else in the store which you'd like, by all means, have a look, and I'd be happy to help. In the meantime, if you don't mind, I will go and help the other customers here. And she just bows her head to you and just sachets back across the room to another person who's standing looking at something.
Okay, yeah, so Keckle and turn around and start handing them out to each of you, kind of like just saying, just please just wear one at all times. It may be the difference between life and death, especially now that we have so many people after us.
What is this you're giving us?
Thank you, Brother Keck, for taking on this great burden. Now, just to be clear, you will have to cast a spell in order for this effect to take effect. Is that right?
Mhm.
And upon you casting such a spell, will you be able to choose whether or not the damage is immediately redirected towards you, as opposed to us?
I don't know. Can't remember. Well,
Because, like, if you don't get to choose, you're going to take, like, 5 people's damage, as well as your own, per round, and that might...
Right.
as long as the tower is in 60 feet of me, they gain +1 to their AC and saving throws, and it has resistance to all damage. Also, each time it takes damage, you take the same amount of damage.
Okay, the resistance part, that is amazing. That you should have started with that.
That's what it is, though. The resistance, you take half damage, and I take the same damage as you, so it effectively splits the main damage.
Oh, okay, so it's not
halves
you
it.
take half of the half damage. Okay.
No, it's a masquerade of resistance in a way, because you get hit by 20, you take 10 damage, I take 10 damage. But you
Right.
also have an extra 1 AC and an extra 1 to your saving throws.
Oh, that's good.
So, yeah, and as long as you're in 60 feet. I do have to touch the person to cast the spell, but as long as you got the rings on, I can kind of do that as and when, rather than having to go, quick, put this ring on, and then tap you.
Okay. So, but like for 5 of us, it's like, let's say we all just have the rings on all the time. Do you have to touch all 5 of us? Okay.
I can only do one person. No, it doesn't say I can't. I could tap all 5 of you, but that's 5 spell slots gone.
Right.
Lasts for an hour.
Right. Well, just prioritize others before me.
Oh well, but just there as a taking that. And to Romek, it's a gift from me, Romek. It might look good on you, but also it will just aid us in any future endeavors.
It's incredibly kind of you, Keg. What is there anything that you need or want in return? You have my sword. I'm sorry for how things went down on the mountaintop. I understand. My words to you at the time were only a matter of saving each other from ourselves.
I understand. I'm still relatively new to the group. You still may not be sure on trust, or may not have earned that trust yet. But prior to that,
You are,
kind of
yes,
hoping
new
that
to
everyone
this group, but that doesn't warrant distrust, I suppose. You have earned your place here, and
Well,
my expectation.
I think what Romok's trying to say, we're obviously distrusting of everyone that we come across because of the
certainly true. I've had
crimes
experience
that
with
we've done, and is what bonds us. And you're not part of that bond, but you are becoming that way, little turtle.
I do not wish to commit crimes.
No, I'm not.
Help you out of those at the minute, but
I just mean, obviously, we are bound by these actions, and not necessarily the crimes, but the good deeds we have done too. And the more we do, the more we will be bonded out.
yes, I think when we spoke previously,
you made a heavy impact so far, Kek. And your presence is welcome. And I'm sorry if I made you feel different to that. See, emotions ran high and tempers flared on the mountaintop. But know that my words were not spoken in a harshness towards you.
I understand.
We were all
and
a little
I
distrusting.
I understand, Romek, and I appreciate your apology, but it is unneeded in this case. I think in terms of the crimes and good deeds, as I've discussed previously, my faith doesn't really lie in following that of what someone says is right, but more my inclination of what is right, as long as it does not disturb Car's plan. And I think many of you have acted in that same way. You followed your own belief in that sense, had some hard choices. And I'm sure we're about to make many more of those hard choices as we leave this place.
Certainly. And I take the ring. This is a nice little trinket.
It should be a platinum ring. It should just be a standard thing.
I think you just type into inventory, to be honest. I mean, everyone's got one, right? So unless our fingers get chopped off,
Weird.
right?
If it was like the kind of thing where, like you could just set it to I mean, I guess you can create a custom item, give it the +1 AC and +1 on saves, and then equip it and unequip it depending on whether or not he's touched you for the spell.
I think you just remember that, though. It's just like bless or anything like that, right?
Yes, I'm sure we will all remember this.
Well, it's on
I don't
Keck
know,
to...
an item.
It's on Keck to...
There must be something on that.
That's the thing. If I get that spell on you and I get the other one, which gives you +2 AC, that's +3 AC straight off from 2 spells.
Which is the one which gives you +2 AC? Now we're talking.
What was it called?
Shield of Faith. It's
That's
a
it.
bonus action.
Nice. Oh, right, but only one round, is it?
It's one person
No, it's
for 10 minutes, I think.
yeah.
Okay. Well, that's nice.
Cool. Yeah. Just one last thing from Keck then, kind of as you said, all the rings around. Is there anything that does catch our eyes? Is there anything that does seem like it might have some benefits? Because I'm not the big weapon wielder, but any kind of jewelry or adornment that may aid me. Maybe a ring that provides me an extra channel of divinity charge, maybe, or necklace even.
Looking around, you can see. Well, give me a perception check, or no, give me an investigation check. You're looking in around at the store.
Damn it. Can I go? Oh no, I can't go in passive. That's even worse. Oh, bingo.
So looking around, it seems like they have a variety of different sort of jewelry. So there's rings, bangles, bracelets, brooches, headpins. A lot of it just seems to be of high quality make rather than being infused with it.
Jewelry. Costume jewelry then.
Oh.
Okay.
It's essentially, it is for making yourself far more exquisite in your presentation rather than having anything.
Cool. So Keck can the others have to hand any rings out then, like anything anywhere anyone wants to see while we're down on this floor, or shall we proceed to Bulric?
There were two things, right? Before I added the get potions onto the list, it was the platinum rings. What was the other one, which we already had before the session to do here? It was. Oh, the
Bulric on the lower floor.
yeah, you're at the molten.
Yeah, he's
thing.
on the floor below
Right.
us. But yeah, on this trade district then, is there apothecaries? I imagine would be the right place.
Right.
So, yeah, on here you're mainly seeing places like the jewelers, the blacksmiths, for armor and weapons.
Is there any like magic shops or anything?
There would have been up in the market area. Yeah. What you're seeing largely around here is the blacksmith. You're seeing a lot of the jewelers. You're seeing the processed gems, the processed golds and diamonds. All of that is being put into use here.
Okay. No, that's just going back to the rune thing. If there was like magical ink, obviously there are magical tattoos that you can do in D&D.
No, absolutely.
So I was just thinking about that.
Oh, excuse me.
So have you finished in this shop for now?
Yes.
So you go out and you make your way out onto the street once again. Similar to the market districts, people walking around everywhere, going about their work. You see some of them look like they're workers carrying things around. Others seem to be. As you step out, you hear a voice. Well, well, well. My favourite troublemakers.
Oh,
You have had a busy morning, haven't you? You slip through the shadows and slip into fortunes, I see. And yet, I always seem to catch you, don't I? Tell me. And he leans in towards you. You see, he's actually was leaning against the frame of the building, just to the side. Tell me, what's the Lord of the Mountain like, anyway? I hear stories. Wealth thicker than the stones itself. Enemies lined up like dominoes. Sounds like the perfect glide to me. Perhaps you'd be kind enough to drop my name in his ear. A word in the right place goes further than steel. Even here, whispers carry. And the lady does not enjoy waiting. See, she sent me along to get you. Well, you're going to be difficult. She sent me along with a little token. Said it might interest you. And he reaches into his jacket and pulls out what looks like an envelope. It's sort of creamy coloured. The edges of it all sort of looking a little bit golden. There's a red wax seal on it. And he just sits there idly, holding it in his finger and thumb, just playing it back and forth. He smiles. Funny thing about her letters. Sometimes they're gifts, sometimes they're traps, sometimes they're both. Hard to tell, isn't it? And he just, corner to corner, he's just sort of spinning it in his fingers. But of course, you'll want to see for yourselves. And he just, between his two fingers, he just flicks off towards you with quite a smooth gesture.
Yeah, I'll take it if you've.
So he tosses it, almost like tossing a coin to a beggar. And he smiles, and you watch as he sort of taps his head. We see you. And he starts to leave, just walking backwards, melting into the crowds.
Just off the back up, when he's like waving his hands around and everything, was he like have any jewelry on or any kind? Was he?
Give me a perception check. Okay. You could see he did have a couple of rings on. He had a ring on his pinky and on his first finger. They looked black in color.
Okay.
One looked black, sorry, and one looked gold. And the last thing you hear before he disappears is he says, "Now, do take care of it. Paper cuts can be vicious."
I'm just going to open it.
Are you going to open it?
Yeah.
So in your hand, it does feel. It feels like a heavy cream parchment. It's thick and smooth to the touch. And as you sort of look at it for a moment, you even get like this faint sort of lavender smell, which is sort of clinging to it. And there's this red wax seal on it, which has got a crest pressed into it. Crest looks like a ship on sail. It's like a close up of the ship, also skeletal figurehead of its. And the wax feels sort of unnaturally warm as you go to pop it.
Am I right that he gave it to Keck, even though Keck isn't even necessarily part of the crew he's supposed to bring back?
He threw it at the group, and so the edges of this envelope are sort of gilded faintly with gold. It looks like gold dust. So you sort of moving it in your hands, it sort of catches the light every now and again. There's a little shimmer running across it. And inside is a letter. Do you take the letter out?
Yeah, I think that all of his speaking and stuff is just trying to mess with us, so I'm just going to open it.
Okay. So you open the letter and you see it is some very intricate calligraphy. It looks like it's written by someone of a high level society, someone who takes a lot of care and attention to how they present even their writing. And it reads as this: "You think yourselves free. You are right. Your names rot on every watch list. Your likeness stained parchment across Greyhaven. You are prey. But prey can be protected. I can lift the weight from your shoulders with a stroke of ink. The bounty vanishes. The law looks away. The hunters turn their eyes elsewhere, and in its place you will bear only a single debt to me. The service I will require is not for today, nor tomorrow. It will come as the tide, inevitable without appeal. Keep this letter, for it is the only mercy you will be offered. Lady Seal August. I'll post that up for you.
Hmm. Cool. I'll just pass it around so everyone
You
can
read this
read
out,
it.
or
I guess. Yeah, I think I'd read it in my head and then pass it around.
well, this is it. This is freedom. This is exoneration.
No, that's not what it is. We can't be in debt to her.
Robak, I think you might be
Surely
mixing
the
up Lucille
condition,
Augustine
yeah,
with
surely it's
Lyriel
the
Crustfell.
house.
Lyriel Crustfell is the law person. Lucille Augustine is the super duper evil something kind of person who we robbed, who has sent these people after us. And it would not be good at all for. I mean, this letter is exoneration in the form that we would be, her slaves, her gangsters, or something of that nature. Maybe. That's not what we want to do, though, right?
Well, here's the thing, right? While we've got this letter, the Pale Fawns will probably back up, right? Maybe they'll come and, show face, try scare us or whatever, but that probably means that their job's done, right? Because what good are they coming after us if she also wants us to come in willingly, right? It doesn't make sense for that.
I mean, they had this letter the whole time, right? I mean, they could just beat us up, take the letter away, take us to her, and we don't have the letter, so it's not our stay of execution. So, I don't know. I mean, at the end of the day, this is good. It's good that they saw us, spoke to us, and didn't try to kill us immediately. But our plan should still be the same. It should still be fly to Rangamont.
It would, yeah, we don't want to be on a list of, yeah.
You're speaking to somebody with lived experience, Locke, and I understand that. I appreciate that.
Well, I mean, I
Law
tried
is the
speaking.
lawmaker, she is the lawmaster.
Huh?
But perhaps another take on this. Hear what she has to say. What's
Just to be clear,
Ah.
Robak, I think you might be mixing up Lyriel Crestfell still, who is the lawmaster, with Lucille Augustine, who is the criminal, evil person with a mansion we broke into. Just confirming that's not the case, because this is from Lucille Augustine, not Lyriel Crestfell.
Lucille Augustine is the lady who you stole from in Bastock. Steven Cresswell is the lawmaster from Bastock who is chasing you. Both people are chasing you.
Yes, if only they could spend more time on each other.
This letter is from Lady Augustine.
No, sorry, I mentioned Lyriel because her name was mentioned before.
So this is not from the potentially good guy, lawful person. This is from the definitely, definitely evil person.
Yeah, I know that.
just wondering, could this in a way serve to incriminate her?
In what way do you think?
She is effectively offering to get rid of our misdeeds as long as we do something for her, which if your captain, the law master, has anything to say, she would also disagree with this. So
I
could
feel
we
like
set them on each other that way?
Lady Augustine has enough sway or power to the point where it doesn't really matter. Like, it's like a bent cop, but everyone knows that they're bent, sort of thing. You know what I mean?
Yes, if the law had any fangs and any understanding of the world, it would know to go after her well before us. The law is not going to go after Lucille Augustine.
But
Only we might be able to.
But if the law master is so interested in all of you, then giving her this information of someone else who is interested in us and willing to protect us from her, might that force the law master into investigating why? Or kind of putting Lady Augustine in cahoots with us?
I don't think it would ever go that way. Unfortunately, I feel like the power and stuff that she has in the influence in Greyhaven is probably far greater than the law itself. But it's not a bad thought.
It was a thought, and obviously you all have that past experience with them. I only know from the many tales you've told me over the last few days. Yeah.
And plus, I think you guys may get exonerated, as this is your first time stealing from her, but for me, it would be the second, so I may not be so lucky.
We will certainly not allow that creature to gain power over you, lest all of us be destroyed. But also what Kick said, what'd you steal?
Well, I mean, we just raided a ship and took everything on board.
Yes, everything on board, but clearly what we stole from her has deep significance. Did what you stole from her have the same level of significance? Because there are many ships that cross the seas. This sounds different.
In truth, I don't know its importance to her, but it is important in a way. It's just how she values it, I suppose. Now, shall we think about this and head down to the core?
Yes, let's move forward.
I doubt we'll see them again for a bit.
We should hope so, at the very least. But yes, let us move forward.
Yes, it seems a bit pointless to give us a letter and then kill us.
If anything, we should consider how do we spend the rest of the day. Should we just get to the roost as soon as possible? Maybe, have a little lunch there and while the day away?
Let us first speak with Bulric. He may have
Oh, of course.
more
I
for
mean,
us to
yeah,
do
I meant after
for
that.
today.
Right.
I'm just thinking like he might have a few errands for us to do in town, or he might put us
That's right.
to work
That's
doing
right.
something
Right.
to help
So,
prepare us.
Molten Forge it is first.
Molten Horror.
So you can see that there are other zip lines which will go down further to there, or there are also stairs which lead directly down to the next level down. So however you prefer to make your way there, you proceed. You are not run into by any more Pale Blades, Kalen or otherwise. And you get down eventually to the next level, and you see it is immediately, it's a lot hotter down here. There are no longer shop fronts here. It all now seems to be completely industrial, as people who are in process of working on all sorts of things. So you can see there is areas where diamonds are being processed through, gold is being processed through the pyrite crystal. So you're immediately met with this heat that is rising around from literal industry of this kind working, but also this acrid smell starts to fill your nose as well. And as you start to move down through the streets here, now this is not the sort of street where there's now people walking along, shopping or anything like that, buying. There are only workers down here, it seems. People who are hard into their trade. And you start to look through some sort of archways here and there. You see in one, it looks like there's this this green liquid which is spread out across this pit. This is where this acrid smell is coming from. These fumes are spewing up, and you watch them just processing through diamonds, sorting, cutting, and polishing. Smelters, refiners, and everything is down here. Eventually, you find yourself moving through into an area where there's a lot of heat. There is little rivets of lava which is coming down the walls and feeding into these pools, these sort of tub-like areas. Dwarves are moving back and forward with carts full of metals. You see anvils, workbenches, and everything here. You check around, and you find a couple of doors that point you in direction, and eventually you find yourself looking at Bulric once more. You see Bulric is standing at a raised workbench. He's got his thick arms are bare, blackened now with soot, and he seems to be inspecting this sort of strange cone of metal that he's honing in front of him. And he looks up. Ah, there you are. Outsiders. Good. I was hoping I'd catch you before you took off riding them griffins into the bloody sunset. Now, you strike me as folk who like a bit of boom for your battles. Don't try and deny it. Anyone who can put down those 2 tower devastators in the ground, I'm sure they've got the stomach for the spectacular. I must say, I felt much admiration for the services that you have showed us here in Herdogus. The removal of those 2 who tore a hole in our ever-faithful vigil watch, and your ability to so swiftly deal with the menace of the pit. And he lifts up this metallic cone from the bench and he holds it up now to his eye line. And he starts just turning it in his hands as he's looking it over. Now, as you may know, when you first reported the situation at the South Watch, we dispatched a troop to investigate and reinforce. And once they saw the carnage in their wake, we were informed immediately. A large contingent of Deep Guard were being assembled to track and retrieve the 2 of them. We luckily, thanks to you, were able to stand them down. So once again, thank you. Thank you for your service. He turns around at this point to a work table that's now behind him, so his back is to you. And you hear the clink and the heavy clunks as he begins to construct something on this table.
Sorry, what was Balric's position again? Was he something like the commander of the guard, or?
No, he is. Ulrich was. Where's my?
Master of the Forge.
It was something like that. Yeah, I haven't got it. Yeah, without looking it up, he is essentially Master of the Forge. Yeah. So he continues. You're now about to embark across the way. Well, I have a favour to ask of you, if you'd be so kind to oblige me. There's a final clink, and he turns around, and there's this curious-looking weapon that's now in his hand. Hefts the weapon with his hands, just puts it on his shoulder a little bit as he starts to look down it. Faint as he does this, he's sort of faint metallic scent mixed with another smell starts to spread out. And it's this smell of rock and fire and something a little familiar about it as well. The smell, something you've experienced before. And he stops for a moment and he just puts it down in front of him and wipes some of the soot off his massive hands. His eyes are now just wide and glittering as he gestures for you all just to move a bit closer. As you look down, this weapon looks totally alien to all of you. This is unlike anything you've ever seen. Now, I'll ask you, hold your tongues, shut up. What you see here is something the world's never set its gaze on before. Not a crossbow, not a bolt thrower, not even some wizard conjured fire stick. This is mine, first of its kind. I call it the Thunderbuster. He pats it, the barrel of his arm, this affectionately, and then immediately winces as a tiny spark pops from this rune work that's on it. He watches, he sort of steps back and just goes, holds his hands to his head, and he starts to mutter something. And he's just like, you can barely hear it. And then he looks up. This here, it feeds on rumbles. You know the ore pulled from the guts of Voskarn in Dragon's Bane, a stone that trembles with fire and fury. Well, I ground it, find it, test it into a powder fine as ash, 10 times more violent. With a measure of that powder and a scatter of metal shot rammed down his throat, this beast spit thunder and iron, enough to fell a man faster than an archer's arrow. And it don't stop at that. Armour, shield, scale, make no difference. The blast chews through near anything that you're close to. First strike of its kind, a weapon not of muscle, not bowstring or magic, but of force and fire, an anvil to cast across the battle. And he just grins, and this row of teeth just flashing beneath his beard. You can see he looks incredibly full of pride and a little bit an eccentricity to him. Now I'll not lie, it is temperamental. A powder's volatile. Pack it wrong and it'll blow your arms clean off. Prime it sloppy, won't fire at all. The runes stick to its barrel. I mean, temper. But, well, now this is why I need you to test it, to prove it, or to make sure I don't scrape in the walls, eh? So, think on this. When the bards sing of the ages of steel and fire, they'll not sing of swords nor hammers, but they'll sing. First thunder brought to heel, and whoever bears it will be a name remembered. He places the weapon down a little bit, more on the bench there, slides it slightly forwards. The faint glow on its runes that passes by, a little pulse through it. And he looks back at you with another of his little manic grins. So, here's my offer. Take this beauty on your journey to Vale. You get to keep to harness the bottle fire and lightning, create a real name for yourselves, and and then I will get some real battle data. Fair trade, eh? He leans in a little bit, lowering his voice. Oh, and if it does misfire, well, you'll know, or you won't, depending on how close your mates are standing. And he just starts to laugh to himself. So, what do you say? Do you want it? Or should I hand it off to some green-bearded recruit prey to the deep fog? And he just gently taps it with his fingers and looks at you with eagerness in his eyes.
What did you say this thing was called again?
The Thunderbus.
The Thunderbus.
See, when it works, it will roar across the mountains. The power of thunder.
Well, yeah, we'll take it. How do you want us to test it?
Test it on whoever comes up against you. I will warn you, this is a new creation of mine. I have very little resource for reloading. And he holds up this small little, like a little pouch. You hear it sort of clink in his hand. In here, I've got 10 vials holding each ammunition box. That's all I have. That's all there is. For now. So, test this weapon for me. Ideally, I want you to use all this ammo up before you return.
How far would you expect this weapon to travel, shall we say?
Say that again. I couldn't hear you too well there.
So, how far would you expect this weapon to travel, say?
So I'm just looking at my stats on it. Well, due to the nature of its explosive power, you'll want to be within 20 to 60 foot, I'd say. For proper efficiency, within 20. 60 at a push.
So,
And I'll be like, here you are, Roma. You've always wanted something you can not get up close and personal with. This might help you out a bit. You're
No,
big and
really
strong, I'm
good.
sure you can handle it.
yeah, maybe let someone else load it for you, though.
He'll be fine. He's a big, strong lad. He can handle this.
I can
Right.
take the fault.
Time to stick Greater Restoration on there to repair some arms, I think.
This would certainly help the lack of range problem.
Well, it's kind of more melee, really. I mean, you just said it's about 20 to 60, right?
20 to 60.
So you use it and then charge in, right? I imagine the reload will take a while, so you fire it and charge.
Certainly what I'm good at. Running in head first.
That'd be a good opening salvo before he resorts to his more brutish ways.
Indeed. You see, Romo's eyes kind of widen a little.
As you go to look at it, he looks at you and says, "So you're familiar with ranged weaponry?"
Only to a certain extent. My range is normally limited to that of bows and arrows and javelins, and I tap the wooden javelins on my back.
Says, well, has a new design and a new discipline for you to master. Getting used to it may take a little getting used to.
I kind of scan the party. Is this... Friends, is this for me? I eyeball Twin, who obviously has a lot of martial capabilities. I don't want to be too forward. I'm happy to learn a new weapon, and yes, this looks... I can't say that it doesn't look exciting. But
Why don't we do a few practice shots so you's better equipped with it?
I missed that. Say that again.
I said perhaps we do a practice shot each and see who's best equipped with it.
I like the sound of that.
So, Boric is one picks it up very gingerly. Says, "Very well. If you come with me," and he leads his way down a corridor. And he leads you into a sort of an offshoot room, which is sort of leads down. It does lead about sort of 80 foot odd down. There's lots of sort of crates and things there, and he gently passes it over to you, Romok. He says, "One sec," and sort of plods down to the end of the room, pulls out a crate and sort of slides it into place in the very center. And out of another crate, he starts to pull a few items. Some smaller crates he starts to put on top. He then pulls out what looks like a large sort of diamond, ruby, or crystal of some sort of crystal he puts up on the very top. Pulls out another one just to the side and puts it on. There's like 3 targets at the front. It's about 60 foot from you. Now, he walks back. Now, as I say, you may want to get up slightly closer. 20 foot is ideal, anywhere within 20. However, you can try range as well.
A sly smirk appears on Romok's face. Let's get up close and personal.
Okay. So you move forward. Romok goes down. How close do you want to get to one of the crystals?
Oh, within 20 feet, definitely.
Within. Okay. Right. So you have the weapon in hand. You gingerly sort of look it over. Find yourself a trigger just under here. This sort of long piece of metal which comes down. Just hand to, and you line it up. Roll an attack, please.
Sorry, you faded out there. Roll what?
Just roll a d20 on attack.
Just a d20. Okay.
Now, before... Let's see.
10.
Okay. I'll give you the stats on this after whoever takes it fully gets this. You put your hand down and you line it up and you gently pull on the trigger, and then suddenly there's a massive explosive noise. And the front of this cone of the barrel erupts in flame and fire, with this little red sparks curl around. And this scatter of metal just pummels forward into the crystal, and yeah, we don't need to worry about damage on this one. But you shatter the first crystal.
God, that's got
Yeah.
quite the kick.
As you do it, you realize, you look back and you see that Balric had sort of dipped back behind everyone and just off to the side. He had his hands, his fingers in his ears, and he just pokes his head out. Ah, very good, perfect shot. Actually, you know what? Are you proficient with martial weapons?
I am.
You are. Okay,
Martial
that's fine.
weapons and simple weapons.
Okay, that's fine. Yeah, because if you weren't, you would have actually had to come at a disadvantage. I'll just have to read these
I
stats.
also have, although I think it might be level locked, but I do have martial versatility as well.
Okay. Right. Anyone else want to try? And he moves forward and he takes the weapon from you, and you watch. He gets out one of the out of his little pouch. He pulls out one of these glass vials and uncorks it and pours in this sort of red powder into it. And then gets another pouch and just drops in a bunch of metal. And he preps it and he passes it on to who's next? Who wanted to try?
I think it was Twin, right?
Well, actually, you know what? What he'll do before it goes to Twin, he's actually going to look directly at you, Log, the other dwarf, and say, "Now, dwarf to dwarf, how do you feel about it?"
It's not my cup of tea, I'm afraid.
Come on, lad. I'm sure you're built for it.
Sure. Just this once.
And he gives you a really heavy-handed clap on the back. You just feel yourself lurch forward slightly, but you take it in stride. It's not the first time you've felt a dwarf hand slap you in the back. He passes it to you. Now, you going close or further away?
I'll go in close.
You move in close, and he steps back again, and you start watching, and you can see there's 2 crystals still remaining.
D20?
Yeah, roll a d20 whenever you're ready.
Would this be disadvantage for me?
Now, are you proficient in martial weapons?
I don't think all. I think I've got like some that I am.
I feel like a wizard definitely is not.
So I've got dwarven combat training, right, which gives me like training on dwarf weapons sort of thing. I mean that's more like axes and stuff, but you know.
It says dwarf weapons, does it?
Yeah, well, I mean it just says dwarven combat training, that's it. I mean it's a gun, really, let's be honest. I don't know how much that applies.
I would say you know how dwarves think in general, how they like to build things. You're familiar with that side of it, so you would be fairly okay. I think you don't need to roll at disadvantage just because you're.
It's still going to be bad though. Here we
go. You pull the trigger, and you feel the weapon just push back into your shoulder as the front erupts in this red sparks that curl off around, absolutely obliterating the biggest of the crystals in front of you. Beautiful. I knew you could do it. Dwarven kind through and through.
What'd you say? That was a bit loud.
Exactly. And he takes it back from you and gives you another a pat on the shoulder. Takes another of the vials out of the bag, fills the tube once again, another load of metal, and preps it once more. Final click to release the trigger and passes it to next.
Yeah.
Okay, passes it to you, Glenn. And he looks at you and says, just pull that back there and it will release it.
Now, is
There
it
you go.
right that
You go,
it is using only powder, but no actual ammunition, like no bullets or anything of that sort?
he's putting powder in and then he's putting in an assortment of metal pieces that he's got
Okay.
in another bag.
Okay.
There's two stages. There's the powder and then there's the metal. So yeah. Whereabouts did you want to go, close or further back?
I'll go further back as everyone else has gone close.
Okay, if you're going further back, it will be at a disadvantage.
Okay.
Are you? Yeah, because would you have been proficient anyway? Do you have martial weapons?
Yeah, I've got martial weapons.
So you will have to roll disadvantage.
Okay. 14 and a 10.
You feel just the same as the others. That little click as you pull the trigger, and immediately you're pushed back as the front erupts. The final crystal explodes in front of you. Beautiful. Every shot worked beautifully. You destroyed every target. That's some good data for me already. Fortunately, now you are 3 shots down, but the remaining 7 should be good. So, do you agree to test this for me?
Yeah, we can try it on Flash, I guess.
Beautiful. That is some of the information I would like to hear. How well it destroys flesh and armor.
Do you want written reports or?
Anything you can give me. Who's going to be taken? And he holds it up in his hand. Ready. He's looking at you, Log.
Alright, I'll take it.
He passes it over to you. Good lad.
Go invisible. Get behind someone with that.
It's not a bad play.
Never see it coming.
So he says, now treat it carefully and keep those ore in their vials. Keep those as safe as you can.
What happens if they do get out?
Well, Rumblestone, you see, it ain't just an explosive ore, it's very temperamental. It's like strapping a keg of ale to a goat and asking it politely not to kick, which is why I've not exactly tested it outside of the range yet. But
Yeah, but if you throw the goat, what happens?
the little bugger will explode.
I thought so.
Hopefully you won't lose an arm. But if you do, that's useful data for me.
Now, these vials, would they happen to react very strongly, I would imagine, with fire or lightning? What about the reverberations from thunder?
You want to keep any form of damage away from them if you can. Keep them safe. Keep them away. If you introduce fire or lightning to them, they most certainly will ignite. And then, especially if it's attached to your body at the time, you will be missing parts of your body.
Well, it's been nice knowing you, Lockbin. Please say my best to Carr when you actually meet him.
Well, you got that ring, haven't you? So should be alright.
Still got to cast a spell first.
He said, now, I thank you for coming down here. You have got the rest of your day. However, I would suggest you go to the roost immediately. Before you take flight. You all want to get to know those birds. Griffins, much like this gun, can be tempting.
Thank you very much, Balric, for your investment in our cause.
I would also imagine not need to set yourself out in flight until tomorrow morning. All the more reason to take your trip to the roost as soon as possible.
Indeed.
Mm.
Balric, do you have a second in command of some nature? You see, certain men have been following us, the city, and we deeply wish that they have not followed us to you. If, however, something was to happen to you, would your second in command or something of that nature be able to inform us of what has befallen you?
I don't think you need to worry about me. See, in these walls, there's respect, there's honor, and security. And he gestures over, and you can see, as it had been on other layers, there are alcoves where there are guards moving through. There are others who are directly below me, but you don't need to worry about them at all. Everything is fine here. Should something happen to me, well, I'm sure not just you, but everyone will. Not that that's going to happen.
But it's definitely for the best. Thank you once again for your faith in us.
Very good. Now hustlifies you to the roost with you.
To the roost it is, lads. Let's go.
You make your way back out the Molten Hall. And you can see there are some of those lines which go straight up, like the vertical zip lines, as well as stairs which lead up. So it's up to you how you want to make your way onwards. But make your way you will. And that is where we'll pick up next game. Actually, before we do that, I'll introduce you to the roost. Are you going straight to the roost?
What I think we're doing?
Yeah, I assume so, right?
All right. You start to make your way up. You eventually get led through instruction. You'll ask a few people as you're passing the way to the roost, and they guide you to the residential area. And then there is a slight offshoot, a cut-in corridor and stair just off the side. You're led through this narrow corridor, or directly through this narrow corridor, and there's torches which are flickering along the side, as well as some of these glowing crystals which are embedded in the wall. Now these are carved walls as well, so there's little filigree and everything carved into them. At the end, a heavy iron-banded door creaks open, and immediately as you step through, the air and the scent is what hits you first. You get this smell of straw, musk, and this sort of sharp tang of the mountain winds. Very cold in your nose all of a sudden. Stepping through, you find yourself standing on a broad stone ledge, the mountain wall at your back, and a sheer drop into the clouds just beyond you. Dwarves have seemingly carved this place into the rock itself. This half circle of alcoves and dens, each piled with straw and bone, thick chains hammered into the stone. And then that's when you see them. There they are, the griffins. These great bodies shift and stretch, claws scratching at the rock, wings of white and gold plumage rustling. their eyes sharp and predatory, fix on you for a moment, taking in your presence, assessing before they return to restless preening low growls. Above you, see all these wooden beams and platforms crisscross the chamber, and the rope ladders and winches dangling from them. The whole place just feels alive with sound. Piercing cries of the griffin, the scrape of talons, and the rush of the wind just pouring in through this open cliff face. And there, amongst the beasts, you can see there is a dwarf. He's got this sort of patchy beard, ragged in places, as though it's been pecked away by impatient beaks. One arm just ends midway down the forearm, but it has been replaced with this polished iron and golden hook, ropes looped around it. And you can see he's just moving between the griffins. He doesn't seem to have any fear of them. He's just moving like the way only someone who has long since earned the respect of these beasts would be able to. And beside him, a younger, burly dwarven girl is hurrying to keep up, and her plaited hair is bouncing as she's carrying this bucket of feed, which is almost as big as she is. She looks over to you. The other dwarf just sort of squints in your direction, scratching his beard, and then you're short. And that's where we'll pick up in the next game.
Ah.
Awesome.
So you have now witnessed the griffins.
Right, let's not
You've
drop anything big.
received a new little mini quest and a new item. Got yourself a few shopping on the way, and a warning. Go with it. So
We got the stats for that item.
The
I have.
Thunderboss.
I will pass that over to you.
Yeah, no rush is when you got the chance.
Yeah, but all there, don't worry.
Now, does this Thunderbuss? It's not the same Thunderbuss as from that one campaign pack, right? Because that one had like no ammunition and also didn't use any stats in it. Does this one use a dexterity roll or is it a plain roll d20 for attack?
Good game, 1 second. Oh, it's a big thing. I'll paste it over to you as well, Log, just separately. Might be easier. But it has a risk with it, as you will see. If you roll a 1, you're going to get a catastrophic miss.
So it does seem like it's mostly risks. It's 90% risk. But I mean, this is what happened to the first guys who ever used arquebuses in real life, you know.
You get and that one is obviously absolutely catastrophic. A 2 or 3, you get the foul ignition, where you will take 1d6 fire damage. No attack is made, and your next attack with this weapon will be at a disadvantage. A 4 to 20, and it fires normal.
So whoever takes this weapon, stay the hell out of my call lightning range and all my fire ranges. Because that would be terrible.
So,
I mean, I won't do it, but...
As well as the weapon, you were given the pouch, which contained the now 7 remaining charges of the Rumblestone material, as well as another pouch which had the ammunition itself, the clustered bits of metal and steel.
I don't know if I like those odds, to be honest.
So,
But it is a naked roll, like no dex or strength involved.
There is if you get a nat 1, there will be a DC dexterity save, take half damage. Everyone within 5 foot, but that's just for the cats. Misfire. Yeah, targets will have to make a dexterity saving throw.
Can it be upgraded?
Well, this is the thing about it. If
Through
you
testing, this is a
successfully,
prototype.
Surely we
It
should
is a
just give
pro-
it to Jasper,
absolutely.
right? He can't roll a 1.
it's in your hands at the moment, so whatever you want to do with it.
That's cool.
I mean,
Don't forget, I've got bountiful luck, so as a reaction, you guys can't roll on that one if I allow it.
Nice.
So another question I've got with it is obviously if you've got it loaded while traveling, is there any risks there?
The
Being
loading
temperamental.
before he left, he would have shown you exactly what to do with that. He would have just taken a moment aside just to tell you how to load it and prep it.
Yeah, but what I mean is obviously in a fight, you can go into the fight with it preloaded, or you can go into the fight and take your action to load it. If he's got it preloaded and walking around with it preloaded, well, what are the dangers
You'll need
there?
It'll get struck by lightning or a volcano while traveling with it.
We'll run into that when we run into it, if that happens. It's up to you what you want to do.
I just
Also,
lose
don't
it.
move too close to the campfire.
I'm just wondering, like, if he's running around and jiggling about, like, you know, with how temperamental it is. That's what I'm trying to think ahead. Like, if we say, like, oh, we preloaded it and we just go running down this cliff, the next thing we just see Romark get ejected 20 feet in the air because this thing on his back just exploded and sent him flying.
See what happens, won't we?
Dex save the climb
That's a
safely
risk
down the hill.
Romok. That's a risk Romok is willing to take, I'm sure.
Good delegation, Jasper.
Right, kill the stream.